With skyrocketing inflation taking a toll on all of our bottom lines, setting aside money for retirement is getting more and more challenging.
And depending on your generation, your strategy for just about everything in life may vary.
Joining us with expert advice is Brian Spears of Merrill Lynch. Good morning to you. Let's get right into it. Let's start with the Gen Zers out there. They're in the early stages of their careers. What should they be doing right now to set some money aside for retirement?
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me. You know, it is interesting times that we live in. Not only do we have high inflation, we have a rocky stock market, and traditionally safe bonds and CDs are yielding very, very low. So it creates a dilemma for savers. We recommend that everyone have a plan to understand where they are today and where they want to be in the future. That plan will give them a path to where they have to go and how to do it. This is a great time to revisit that plan and see how inflation is going to impact you. As it pertains to Gen Zers, they're wrestling with a lot of different things right now. Maybe saving to buy a first home, maybe saving for college. And when it comes to retirement savings, they're trying to do that as well. We recommend they prioritize their saving goals. So if the continued rise in cost of living goes up, they know what will happen if they have to cut different savings amounts in their various priorities. The other thing when it comes to retirement that we suggest they look at is the Roth IRA or the Roth 401k that many employer-sponsored retirement plans offer.
Yeah, and you know, for those of us who are a little bit older, let's say Gen X and millennials, how aggressive should we be? And is it too late to say, well, I want to try something totally different in life?
Well, that's the Gen Xers for sure. Now, you know, a lot of them are thinking, hey, why don't I try something else? And the things they have to be cautious about are when you retire early or change careers, you've got to remember that you can't touch retirement plans without a penalty early on. And sometimes Social Security is cut way back if you take it early. So they need to figure out how to bridge that gap. With millennials have historically been really good savers. So now is the time for them to sharpen their pencil and, as you said, decide how much risk to take in order to get to their retirement goals and objectives.
Okay.
The one thing I would caution them would be, you know, don't let the short-term movements of the market cause them to make an emotional reaction and change their strategy. Go back to their plan, figure out what the right asset allocation for them is, and stick with it.
Okay, let's jump in here because we're running out of time. Real quickly, what about baby boomers? What advice do you have?
Well, sure. Baby boomers traditionally were able to retire, put their money in safe investments, and live on income. That doesn't exist today. So now they need to really look, and the plan is probably most important for them to understand how much risky assets they should have in their mix to not only give them the income they need today, but keep their capital growing for the future.
All right, Brian Spears, Wealth Management Advisor with Merrill Lynch. Thanks for joining us. Some great tips this morning. We appreciate it.